is wonder fundamentally an emotional experience? I think that's sort of been the assumption here, or is an intellectual understanding of how the world works?
So, one term that's been used to describe it is that it's a passion of the intellect, so which, of course, doesn't answer the question. It's somewhere in between an emotion and a cognitive state. But I think what, scientists may experience as sort of epistemic wonder or, knowledge-based wonder may not be accessible to the average person. So what they're describing as wonder at their own understanding of the universe or something that's very hard, to comprehend, Einstein, for example, the rest of us may not have access to that knowledge and thus not to that wonder, whereas we all have access to sensory experiences in nature, for example. So, someone like Rachel Carson, I think, was very interested in cultivating that kind of wonder through the senses, which is something, we can all do in some way. Whereas I can't necessarily understand the physics or, the theories behind the universe, that I can't wonder. I just have to trust the scientist that it's something I should be wondering at, which creates a weird kind of hierarchy that's almost puts scientists in the position of a priest, of revealing, the revelation that's handed down to the rest of us.
And I think it's maybe a mistake to try and separate emotion from cognition. So early emotions that researchers were interested in, joy, sadness, they were simple. They're wonderful emotions. But as we've gotten more interested in these complex emotions, I function in this space, gratitude, compassion. I get questions all the time about whether those are emotions or not. I start to think that, when we encounter something that is extraordinary, otherworldly to some degree, that is a cognitive experience, but it's so overwhelming that, as you said, it becomes emotional. So it doesn't, I think emotions like awe, they have both elements. They're very cognitively complex, but they still feel like emotions. They feel passionate, but intellectual. And so I'd argue that we should be comfortable with the fact that it does fit in between and has both of these elements.